My name is Justin Wood. I'm an associate professor at Indiana University Bloomington, and I'm in the informatics department, and I am the co-director of the Building a Mind lab with Samantha Wood. So our major goal is to understand one of the great unsolved mysteries of science, namely, what are the origins of knowledge?
Where does the mind come from and where does knowledge come from? Is it something that's hardwired into the brain from birth, or are we mostly just learning from the experiences that we're having around us in our surrounding environment?
IUB is one of the leading places in the world for doing this kind of work, of actually bringing together computer scientists and mind scientists. In order to know what's innate versus what's learned, you need to control all of an animal's experiences from birth. The way that we do this is we raise newborn animals in virtual reality worlds so that we can control all of the experiences that they get during the duration of the experiment.
All of our experiments are chick-led, so they get to determine where they want to be at any given time. We don't force them to one specific room, we don't force them to one specific side. We just let them live their lives, and we see how they choose to do that and what they choose to do.
And then we build digital twins of those environments in a video game engine. And these digital twins are essentially replicas of the animal chambers. And then we take AI systems like transformers that underlie ChatGPT, and we stick those AI systems into chick avatars. And we measure, do those AI systems develop the same mental skills as animals when they're raised in the same environment as animals?
This setup is uniquely designed by the lab, so this is a setup that didn't exist before Justin created it.
We're working on experiments that are completely interactive, where the animals actually act as a video game controller of sorts. As they move around, they control how the environment interacts with and responds to them. And we can use that to test all sorts of questions about perception and decision making, and even things about curiosity and interest in the world. This has applications to all different sorts of areas.
Mental disorders are a huge problem in today's society. So our hope is that if we actually had a runnable computational model, we can actually run in the cloud thousands or millions of different agents and ask, what are the conditions that lead these models to develop depression or schizophrenia or anxiety or all of the various kinds of mental disorders that plague society?
How we learn about the world has applications to educational pedagogy. So how do we help students learn better? How do we as adults learning new skills learn better? It also has applications in terms of understanding our sensory development. When people have different types of visual processing, how can we understand that?
We'll know we've succeeded when we can take a machine and raise that machine in exactly the same world as an animal, and it develops all the same mental skills as an animal. We will then have a hypothesis about where knowledge comes from, right? A runnable system that we can trade back and forth with scientists so they can test our hypothesis. It will put the mind sciences on the same level as physics and chemistry, where we have runnable models that make very precise and concrete predictions about how the world works.